which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right. There's no second best. Okay. It's not like Google and Facebook. It's not like Apple and Amazon. Yeah. We can debate Apple or Amazon. What's better? They both look like tech monopolies to me. They both look pretty good. On the other end, Bitcoin or no, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's crypto asset. This entire idea of like 60% dominance is ridiculous, stupid, right? Like it's stupid. It's not 60% dominant. It's like 96% or 95% dominant, right? The thing, if you compare it as a crypto asset to a like kind of proof of work crypto network, right? That's meant to be a store of value. You know, you're lucky if you can scrape together 5% of other stuff in the last bucket. So there is no real competitor.
Welcome back to the Kaspa Silver YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk about Kaspa being the second best. Is that actually possible? And if you like that first clip, Michael Saylor over there is talking about how there is no second best crypto. It's like impossible for there to be a competitor to Bitcoin. And ultimately, is this really true? I mean, if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, he was saying something about how like it's all just not even true when it comes to the Bitcoin dominance and what it's telling you. And this is the Bitcoin dominance chart excluding stablecoins, because stablecoins should not be considered in with the Bitcoin dominance chart. And you can see that Bitcoin's dominance is under 50% of the whole entire crypto market. Now, to say that there's no such thing as a second best, I think it's not true. And this is not true based on recent events. And this is with Kaspa, because the problem is I don't believe there's a second best to Bitcoin when you're comparing things like proof of stake tokens or proof of stake coins such as Ethereum and stuff like that. You can't really compete. They're two completely different types of technologies, and it has a lot of issues when it comes to like Ethereum with its proof of stake network now, because it sacrificed a bunch of decentralization to now become more centralized and create a rich get richer system, and just create an issue that doesn't solve anything. It's not an actual currency. You see, in the crypto market, it's called cryptocurrency, and I feel like we have a bunch of companies and it's just a crypto companies and not currencies. Are you really trying to become a currency or just a company where you can issue a coin or token and fund yourself so that you can keep creating products? You should be labeled as a security and be filed a lawsuit with the SEC. This is what's happening with XRP, and this is something that's going to keep happening forever unless they change the law. I wish they would change the law. I wish they would make new laws for cryptocurrency so that everyone can win and thrive. But in an environment where that's not really happening and it doesn't look like it's going to be fixing anytime soon, we have to limit our risk and make sure that we're holding assets that are going to be good for long-term growth, that are going to stick around for decades. I like to compare Kaspa to a Yahoo and Google situation, because Kaspa is literally new innovation. This is tech that has not really been created before, and if it has, it just didn't capitalize on it the best like Kaspa has, and they did not follow Bitcoin fundamentals, which is super important. If you're going to be doing stuff like that on crypto, you need to follow Bitcoin fundamentals. You kind of ruin the whole point of crypto if you're a centralized company that has control over the whole entire network, that has a bunch of pre-allocated tokens to everybody. It's just a whole entire mess. So I like to ask the question, when did Yahoo come out? Yahoo was founded in 1994. And you can see here that Google was founded in 1998. Now I ask the question, when did Google pass Yahoo in market cap? Google, parent company, Alphabet Inc., passed Yahoo market cap in July 2005. So you could see that took a very long time for Google to take over Yahoo. It wasn't overnight. It didn't happen overnight. And the comments that people are saying that Kaspa is going to overtake Bitcoin, I don't see that as being true. Bitcoin has such an advantage that Kaspa just clearly does not have. It has 14 years of global adoption occurring. Literally on Cash App, you can buy Bitcoin only. They don't even allow any other cryptocurrency on Cash App, and Bitcoin is the only one there. That's some crazy adoption right there. Cash App is used by many Americans. So Bitcoin has a huge advantage. I'm not here to try to say Caspa is gonna beat Bitcoin. I don't think that's really being realistic at all. Let's take a look at the historical charts for CoinMarketCap. You can see back in May 2013, Bitcoin was number one. And look who was number two, Litecoin. And Kaspa is literally a coin that's supposed to follow after Litecoin's principles, which Litecoin was supposed to be the digital silver, but they failed at doing that because again, they were using an old protocol that is just not going to be fast enough. It's still not going to be scalable. It's going to have issues with it. And then if you look at all the other coins, all these coins, do any of you guys know these coins anymore? No, they don't exist anymore. They keep just new top 10s just keep coming in and out and coming in and out. And we can check in 2015. XRP came into the picture. Dash was up here. Stellar, look at that, XLM. Dogecoin was in the top 10 at one point in 2015. And then you have a bunch of other coins that really no one talks about. Purecoin was one that looks like it stuck around for those years, but eventually it just kind of just it gets put out of existence. 2017, we could see that Ethereum finally came into the picture and the price was $11. Insane. XRP was under a penny. Litecoin was still up there. Monero came into the picture. Classic, Ethereum Classic. Dash was still there. And then a bunch of coins that we don't even know about anymore. 2019 comes around. Ethereum is still sticking around. XRP sticking around. Bitcoin Cash was number 4. Litecoin still in there. Binance Coin came into existence. Tether, Stellar was still there. Cardano, Tron. 2019 was kind of building this new environment of the top crypto currencies that are going to be in there. Well, a lot of them are not even currencies, but we look at 2022. You can see here that Bitcoin still number one, and it's going to stay number one, in my opinion, for forever. It's the best one around. You can't compete with Bitcoin. Bitcoin set the tone for the market. You either follow after Bitcoin's principles or you try to do something else, and eventually you're just going to fail. You're going to fail and you're going to become like all these cryptocurrencies back in 2013 that everyone thought that, oh, this is the next big thing. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And where are they today? Nowhere to be found, or just much lower than the top 10. And it's just going to keep happening year after year after year. And then we get into closer to today where we have Solana now ticking up there. Look at that. Terra was in the top 10. We know Terra just completely collapsed. Like, it's just not safe. Everything else is super risky. And for me, making a YouTube channel dedicated on one cryptocurrency that's an altcoin with 99% of crypto being scams, I want to capitalize on understanding our risk, understanding what we're really up against here. And we're up against a market where, second best doesn't really exist in the terms of Bitcoin maxis and stuff like that. And I myself am a Bitcoin maxi, but / Kaspa maxi, because Kaspa, in my opinion, is the only crypto to actually put itself with Bitcoin fundamentals, keep them, and keep going forward. And it's trying to scale and be much faster. I'm talking like this is like Google and Yahoo. This is like color TV and black and white TV. Bitcoin is that black and white TV, and Kaspa's here being that color TV coming in to take over. And just looking at the vision of Kaspa is just, it's crazy, like that this even exists. And there's so many reasons why it's like, yeah, might as well just invest into this one. This is the only alternative to Bitcoin because it's trying to provide things that Bitcoin's lacking, but in a same Bitcoin fundamental kind of way. Providing instant confirmation is not a trivial task, unless of course one is willing to compromise on the principles of decentralization or to operate under strong assumptions on the network's topology and with minimal safety margins. Kaspa took the hard path of designing the system based off Satoshi's paradigm and first principles. And this for any Bitcoiner, if the cryptocurrency can say something like this, you should look into it, because this is something huge. You're following after the number one, and that's very, very important. Many cryptocurrencies do not want to follow after it, and that's why they're not successful, and they won't stay for decades to come. Will they stay for decades to come? That's the real question. But I think Kaspa is here to do that. There has yet to be, in the blooming field of cryptocurrencies, a serious attempt at following Satoshi's V1 protocol and proving and providing new capabilities based yet on the same fundamentals. While Bitcoin is becoming the internet's ultimate reserve asset, We believe there is still demand, and an urgent one at that, for an implementation of Satoshi's original vision of peer-to-peer electronic cash system. And this is something that I feel like a lot of Bitcoiners just ignore, that this doesn't exist. The peer-to-peer electronic cash system failed with Bitcoin. It ultimately failed. And no one has tried to actually come in and finish what was started. But we have here with Kaspa. That's why Kaspa comes in. We can see over here that Kaspa is not even a blockchain, it's instead a block DAG. And it's called the Phantom Ghost DAG, which eventually is going to upgrade to DAG Knight, which we're going to be talking about those stuff in the future. But it was made by Jonathan and Shai and Aviv. These three dudes have been working on this stuff for years back, since 2013. In fact, Jonathan is in the Ethereum white paper, as well as Aviv right here. They're both in there because they've been working on this stuff for so many years. And you could see that Ethereum had to use one of Jonathan's creations and implement it into its network, even though it didn't use the exact Ghost implementation. It used a modified version of Ghost. Well, Jonathan created Ghost. Jonathan then creates Phantom Ghost DAG, which creates the Ghost DAG network, which means that we are no longer a blockchain, but instead a block DAG. And as you can see with the block DAG visualizer, you can really see how it actually works. It's no longer a chain of blocks going from one block. We're instead doing this, using previous blocks and multiple blocks at once to confirm transactions, which is how we're able to stay a proof of work network and still have fast transaction speeds. I'm talking like 10 seconds, and having 1 block per second when Bitcoin has 1 block per 10 minutes. You see, like, we're able to move millions of dollars for less than a penny right now, and this is still being scaled, and it's still an unfinished project, but I think it has the potential to become one of the greatest projects since Ethereum, basically. And we could look also that since Jonathan's in the Ethereum white paper, it's like, really, Jonathan is the reason why most of all other cryptocurrencies exist, because a lot of cryptocurrencies use the Ghost protocol because Jonathan created it. So it's like Jonathan makes Ghost protocol. 99% of cryptos try to use Ghost protocol because it's something that makes transactions go faster. Jonathan creates something else, the Ghost DAG protocol, which allows it to change from a blockchain to a block DAG. And now Jonathan is behind this project. Why invest into anything else? He's the reason why everything else exists. Invest into something that he's been building for over 13 years. It's just logical. And personally, I still buy Bitcoin and Kaspa because I think with Kaspa being such a new project, you got to realize your risk. And I think Bitcoin is the least riskiest crypto to be in. And then you want to have something that's maybe a little bit more risky, but has such good fundamentals and potential to actually be there for decades to come. And I think that relies in Kaspa. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this explanation of, can Kaspa really be the second best? Is it possible to even have a second best crypto, unlike all these other influencers say that it's just not possible when they're Bitcoin maxis? So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please leave your comments down below. If you haven't gotten your Tangent wallet yet, as we're recording this video, I believe this is the last day to be getting it at 15% off, because after May 15th, it's going to drop to 10% off. So if you use my code Kaspa Silver, you guys will get 15% off these two Tangent cards, which is a cold storage wallet to keep your coins offline, because it's super important that you do that. So with all that being said, please consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, don't be average, be different.